AMD Radeon Sapphire Pulse RX570 8G MICRON BIOS mod. In this video, I am using AMD driver Crimson Relive Edition 17.4.3. You should be able to use any of the newer drivers after this, but just in case, this is the one that I'm using in this video. So make sure that you've downloaded recent AMD drivers for these cards. You may have to use the AMD Pixel Clock Patcher here in order to get the modified BIOS to boot properly into Windows to get the drivers to work properly. I had to use this on my 570 to get it to work. The 580 seemingly did not need it. I did not patch my drivers. I restarted after modding and it worked, but the 570 I needed to patch with this patcher to get it to work. You just run the patcher, it'll tell you it's found a bunch of files that need patching, patch them, restart, and they should work. The PolarisBiosEditor here that I'm using is ZCash. I hope I pronounced that right. This is the only PolarisBiosEditor that would show my timings and memory straps properly. If I use the original PolarisBiosEditor or one of the other forks, the timings and straps were not shown properly. This one worked with both of my cards. So I'll put the link in the description along with everything else and download this one. This is the one that I'm using in this video. Last is AMD AtiFlash or AtiWinFlash. You're going to make sure that you want version 2.74. Make sure that you've downloaded 2.74, not the earlier version. This is the one that I'll be using in this video. Here I am in Windows. You can see my cards hashing at over 26 megahashes per second. I've already overclocked my memory to 2175. So I'm going to increase the hash rate here, and then I'm going to decrease the wattage a little bit while keeping the hash rate respectable, higher than it is now. Here in GPU-Z, you can see it is my 570 card, and it is MICRON memory. So what I'm doing here is specifically for this card. Now I'll go into AtiFlash 274, and I'm going to right-click on AtiWinFlash and select Run as Administrator. Now it's open. I need to back up my original BIOS, so I'm going to click on Save. And then I'm going to type in a name that I'm going to remember, that I won't forget is this BIOS version, the original version. Remember, after you've typed in your name, to add the .rom extension, and then click on Save. Now it's saved. Backtrack out of the folder and go into PolarisBiosEditor. I'll double click on PolarisBiosEditor and open that up. I'm going to click on Open to open the file I just saved. So I'm going to open the original BIOS that I just saved. You can see here it is. The timing straps show up. There's two sets of timing straps, 1 and 2. For this MICRON card, I found that I had to edit the second set of timing straps, not the first set of timing straps. When I edited the first strip of timing straps, nothing happened. So I went and edited the second and it worked. What you want to do is you want to copy over 2:1750 and paste it into 2:1875 and 2:2000. Make sure that those three timings are the same timing. So now I'll click on Save, and I'm going to select a name again that I'm going to remember. I'll change original to modded. That will be easy for me to remember. And then I'll click on Save. Again, remember you've got the extension .rom. That's saved. I can go ahead and close PolarisBiosEditor. We're done with that now. In AtiWinFlash, I'll click on Load Image, and then I'm going to select the BIOS that I just saved, the modded BIOS. Just make sure that you're actually flashing the proper card. It does say under System Video Devices, RX570 series. I'm only using one card in here right now, so it's easy, it's safe for me. I'm going to click on Program. It'll take a little bit to program your card. Once it's done, it will tell you your VBIOS was programmed successfully. You can click on OK. It will then ask you if you want to restart the computer. You can restart now or you can restart after. Now would be a good time to apply the Pixel Patcher if you haven't applied it. I'm back into Windows and we can see that the card is mining at almost 30 megahashes per second, 29.7 megahashes per second. but the watts are a little bit high, about 125. So what we can do is we can undervolt it. I'll go ahead and I'll undervolt it to negative 100, 150. I'll apply that. And that knocks us down to about 100 watts, just under 100 watts. I can change the GPU clock to 1135, 1035. This will give me different wattage values and different hash rates. If I go to about 1033, it should be just over 27 mega hashes per second at about 75 watts. And if I change the clock to 1133, I should be getting about 28 plus mega hashes per second at about 90 watts from what it looks like here in GPU-Z, GPU only power draw. So you can play around with the GPU clock, you can play around with your GPU voltage, see how low you can get the wattage. And I hope you liked the video, hope it helped. Thanks for watching.